I understand people are having some connection issues because of the rain and stuff. Um, what you got? Let me take that. You want to go and see mommy? Go see mommy. I'll get you in a minute. All right. So, I wanted to really start, as I was saying, well, first of all, thank you guys for being a part of this amazing leadership. We can't do it without your leadership. So I just wanted to say thank you. I'm glad to really be back in the seat, being here to support you. Something I wanted to start right at the beginning of my journey was a director training. And, all those things happened, and it's always trying to always interfere what God truly is he's about to expose all of it right now. So, one of the things you'll find about me is that I'm a person of perseverance. I'm a person that truly love you, and I want to see, you grow personally in your business. And, this training is going to be more leadership and team building training versus what you would normally get on our weekly accountability call, which is the general public. So it's kind of like, you have to really put your big panties on to serve on the leadership, because sometimes we take different daggers in different directions from people and their personalities, working with people, and then people kind of coming and going. It's just part of that emotional roller coaster. And so I wanted to have the opportunity to come before you and share a few things. I'm not going to be before you long because we do have the director training tonight with Kenny Lloyd, our CEO, and our CFO. And then, of course, the globals and above are going to be on that. So I just wanted to make sure that we came forth and kind of talk tonight just briefly. This is something I want to do ongoing, maybe not so often every week, but at least twice a month. I think every other week is realistic, because as you start to deal with different people, and as you start to think about promotion, before promotion, there's always a test. I want you guys to understand that. Before a promotion, there is always a test. So some things I want to kind of talk to you guys about is how to deal with your team, because we have different types of people on the team. And I relate and I talk to people at different levels and know how to deal with them based on when you understand where they are in business. When you take on that leadership role, you guys, you're gonna find that there are so many different personalities. So one, you gotta learn how to. I can just tell you, as far as keeping in touch with your business partners that are on your team. You may have some go-getters, right? You want to keep in touch with them daily. The more you touch them, whether it's by inbox or personally picking up that phone for a phone call, your go-getters are the ones that you want to stay engaged with every single day. You know why? Because they bring the results, those go-getters, okay? Number two, leaders keep in touch daily need a little, more guidance. When I say that, it's like sometimes there are leaders, they have the potential to do well, but they may need just a little bit more guidance. They may need you to hold their hand a little bit. So we have to be ready to deal with that head on. And so, just a little bit more, a little bit nudging until they develop into the person or the leader that you desire them to be. Number three, we got folks sometimes in and sometimes out, right? The funny thing is that those people, you need to stay in touch with them twice a week. What's happened with those kind of people is that their mindset is not there, right? And I know we've all been faced with somebody saying, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm going to be a part of this 250 club. Then the next day or two, I ain't got no sales. I don't have any leads. So you want to make sure that you're in contact with them twice a week. You don't want them to drain your energy, but you want to have enough touch points with those individuals so that you can cultivate them and build their leadership skills, because a lot of times people don't know what to do. So we have to cultivate it. You've taken the steps necessary in your business to become a director and above. I applaud you for that. It takes a certain mindset to stay there and to even grow, but because you start to deal with people. But one of the things I always tell people is don't get in management mode. We want to always stay in phase one. So it's going to be very important that we stay in phase one to lead by example for our team. All right. Number 4, we have talkers, no producers. You know, people be talking, I'm going to hit that 250 club, you know, I'm going to recruit 2 people. I'm getting by there qualified. By the end of the week, you don't hear from them, right? Those are the talkers. So we want to make sure that we at least keep in touch with them once a week, because we don't want those people to be draining us. I'm telling y'all about this because, and you may already know, because all of you are bright individuals. But at a leadership level, we have to learn how to let go of people, okay? So there are some people that don't have no interest at all. Please release them. Don't be afraid to release them, because God's going to replace them with somebody else. Just let them go, I'm telling you, because you'll be so thankful that you release them. I mean, literally, one thing I tell you all the time is that one thing I appreciate, and I'll share it, Michelle Cornish. She says, you know what, Dr. Kim, I love about you is that you meet me where I'm at. You love me, and you're okay, and you let me go if you need to let me go, but you're always there for me. I'm not going to pressure anybody to do anything that they're not wanting to do themselves. I meet you where you're at. If you say you in, great, let's go. If you're not, I'm still okay. I love you. And I just have to release you until you're ready, because I can't force the hand. I can't force you to do what it is that you want to do. The only thing I can do is say, hey, remind you of what your why is. What is your why? What is going to make you, drive you to do everything extra? Because if you don't have a why in place, you're going to find yourself kind of like haphazardly meeting your goals. And I like to think of my accountability is, one thing, I have your best interest at heart. It's not about me. It's really the reason why I want to take out time. Even today, I'm not going to make an excuse because I had chemotherapy. I got products that can help me with my energy. And when I finish with you guys, I'll do that. And then I'm going to go to bed, right? I'll get my rest. But what I'm saying to you is that as a leader, sometimes we have to take something for the team. And we got to be willing to do whatever it is for us to be able to meet our goals that we set out for ourselves. What is it that you want to accomplish? Because TLC is just a vehicle. You got to really dig deep down inside and find what it is that you want to make happen. Is it a community center? Outside, it's got to be deeper than material things. It's got to be deeper than your family. It's got to be deeper than your retirement. It's got to be so much deeper than that. And I want you to really think about what it is that you want TLC to do for you. And out of that, you guys, I'm going to tell you, you're going to find something within you that's going to make you skyrocket in your business. Because every last one of you has the potential to do and then some. Okay? As I was looking at a banner that was floating around Facebook, and someone on our team messaged me and said, is this true? The girl made $200,000, an executive director. It is accurate. She did it in 3 years. So the only difference from her and anybody else is that she followed the plan. She got binary qualified. She kept building her business one person at a time. She retailed, she recruited, and she just stayed consistent, you guys. And a lot of times we have the potential to do great, but we just don't stay consistent. We're kind of like those, sometimes, even for myself, we're kind of like teeter-totters. We're in one moment, we're out one moment. We see this over here, we start doing this over here. And instead of really keeping everything the main thing, and that is really where the company has set things out, getting binary qualified, retailing the products, building that binary, feeding that binary. So that's what she did. And so in 3 years, she made $200,000. Is that possible for you? Absolutely. Dr. Kim loves some numbers. I can break some numbers down to you of what you could do to get there, but it's going to be up to you to execute it. And the numbers don't lie. People are disappointed, but the numbers never lie. So I wanted to kind of share with you guys a few things tonight, and just kind of, as far as leadership, because I want you to really think about what it is to be a leader. Because as I was in Jamaica, God gave to me, to have bunch of directors and rising stars by the end of the year. So I text Tanya, my sponsor, our ambassador, and I said, what do you think about us doing some type of project around directors and rising stars? She said, let's do it. So now I see today my ambassador in our personal group, and in her first line, she says, we're going to do Project 500. So you know what I love about Project 500? That means that we're going to produce 500 directors between now and December. Now, one of the things I could tell you that when I was in Mary Kay, my mentor, Gloria Mayfield Banks, she would tell me, set a goal that make you throw up. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Project 500 is a goal to make you throw up. Because that is something that, of course, without people, you can't make it happen. But I can tell you that I believe that this core group, it's 20 people on here, but do you know, I'll have to tell y'all how many directors, execs. We only got one rising star, Ms. Johnson up here, Juanita. She's our first rising star in our organization. So we got room for growth. But I can't tell you how many. We got executives, and then as it gets higher, it's less amount of people in those ranks. So where do we have the most at is directors. And so that is the most powerful position that we have. So now what we have to do, you guys, is get back to one, our core, and really understand it. As we started last 90 days, we talked about that core. You plus your 2 and getting your 2 binary qualified. That is the core structure of your organization. We need to be identifying people in our organization to help them as we have our first run, September 28th, to help them get their core stabilized by the time that run happens. So I would love for every person on this line to identify 3 to 5 people in your organization over the next 24 hours and send me those names. We need to identify those people and have conversations with them. And especially if you see potential in them and you know that they have a network, they have resources where they can connect and do their launch, whether it just I'm telling you guys, I am so ready and I want you guys to leverage me. But doing launches where we're doing opportunity, Zooms every night of the week, whatever I can do to support you in doing that. My only travel coming up is I'm going to the Houston Back to Basics event. So I'll be going next weekend, but between now and this weekend, I know we got this storm coming up, but I ain't thinking about Florence. Florence ain't got nothing on us. We're not going to let the hurricane distract us where we're not performing. We know we got people's lives to change. So we need to identify those 3 to 5 people and find out where they're at with their core. Print out that binary tracking sheet and you talk to them and find out who's where. If they're not binary qualified, we need to get them binary qualified this week Okay. And then we need to make sure by the following Thursday that they are binary, they're binary qualified. And not only that, they're binary qualified to are binary qualified. That is their core. From there, we can get them to director. They got to understand that core is the very important piece of somebody going director. We got to make sure that core is in place, because as we start to duplicate, that's where it shows up after the 30 days. Because if they got their smart shits done and they're continuing to duplicate, that it should start to catch up with themselves. With us having the fat blaster kits sets, I'm telling you, one of my personals, she's positioning herself to go director. And she said, as soon as she posted that little verbiage about that blaster kit, she sold 2 right away. So you guys, we just have to get up there on social media and really expose it. We got to take it to the streets. We got to share about it, because those kits is going to equal $350 when you sell 10. $280 is going to give you the opportunity to buy 10 pack of tea and 3 of those packs of the NRG samples through the back office. Now, we already know as leaders, we know how to do it. We know we need to find the person wherever they're positioned at. We need to find the person at the bottom and drive that volume up so that every person that's binary qualified within that leg will benefit from those points. That's how you're going to have people to maximize those points, okay? The next thing I'll share with you guys is that we got to make it non-negotiable, as the 21 of us that is on this line, that we actually lead by example and that we are doing it as well. Now, as our front line with Tanya, our group, her personals, has been popping off of the actual ideal of the fat blaster kits. Well, I want to just say this, that people are having major success at doing it. And we just have to make sure that we're getting out there and exposing and doing it too. But without really actively going out there and doing it, you won't know if it works until you actually do it. So if you can honestly say that you've gone out there and you've posted about it and that you're constantly sharing about it and you haven't got the results, then maybe you're saying the wrong verbiage. But if you say that you've actually actively gone out there, you should have some sales, because $35 is something realistic that somebody would be willing to pay. I mean, when I first put it out there, I got 4 kits left and I'm ready to sell those 4. But when I first put it out there, you guys, it really blew my mind, because I've always sold little $20 kits and done really well. But the great thing about it is that you have a purpose behind that, right? So when you do have that, it drives you to do more, because you want to be a team player. You want to be a part of that, right? And in doing that, you're going to have access to the group, which is going to get the meal plans. But not only that, that group is more than just the meal plan. People will be showing different recipes, ideals of what to eat. I mean, it's going to be really good. It's not going to just be for you. It's going to be for your potential customers for full-blown kits, okay? They're going to see all the activity. It may be a potential business partner. The one thing that I ask is this group safe? Because I'm very cautious of where I place my customers, because I know that there are people that don't have integrity. There are people that you can't trust. They'll end up chiming on the comment thread, and then next thing you know, they're in your person's inbox. There are people out there like that. I'm just being real. So that was my first question. She said, absolutely. It's got the rules of what the group is all about. It's really about playing team and making sure that these people get ideals and they're motivated and they're engaged at what we have to offer outside of just TLC, because they'll see the excitement. They'll see people losing weight. The biggest thing is us leading by example. So if you're able to use the 2 products, I encourage you to use the 2 products so that way you can share your own testimony, because your testimony is going to be more powerful, right? So I just wanted to go in and share a little bit more about that. And it's very important that we reach out to our team and get them on board and excited about it and understanding. I'm working on a blueprint so people can see what it looks like if everybody does the 200 points and how it values, them, not only them, but the rest of their team to build in that binary, the volume in the binary. Because one of the things our ambassador told me today, she said, the objective is that, instead of waiting on you retailing 13 products and then do it, she said, just take the first 5 products that you sell and put them through the back office strategically with your upline, and all of you guys are upline. You're upline, you understand your business, right, better than I do. If you need advice, you can always reach out to me. There are some people that are very analytical and can draw the picture. I'm gonna name LaShawn because I know that's what she does. She's really good at that. So whatever it is that you're good at doing and putting things out on paper, I really say find out who's in the game, who has skin in the game. Those that have skin in the game, really look at your organization so that everybody can win. And it's okay if they don't participate. We still love them, but we want to really make sure that we're in line and in line together. Now, how does it work for myself? I was talking about it last night. What I'm going to do is just make a rotation. I'm not going to do the same place every week because I want to be able to touch other people. Or I might just do 40 points here, 40 points there, 40 points there. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I plan to do it. Okay. So I just wanted to share that. Now, let me get to a part in closing because I'm going to have to jump off here in a minute. And I want you guys to get on that director training. Goals as a purpose. We want to make sure that we have a goal set. Okay. If we don't have a goal, we're not going to win. All right. And you need to help your team set goals. Sometimes people are waiting on you to set the goal for them because they look up to you. They admire you. They're inspired by you, right? Sometimes we have to give people the nudge that they need so that they can grow, because otherwise they're just sitting there and they're just waiting for us to give them that nudge that they need, right? An extraordinary leader is measured on how many leaders they create. So I want you guys to understand you're a part of the Project 500. Now, let's just say all of us on the last week of September, we help promote 3 directors each. Do you know that would be 60 new directors? And that is not even, I'm telling you, we have so many directors in the organization and above. But if we all did that, let's just say we did 2, that's 40. And we haven't even got out of September. So the power in numbers of us identifying, once we identify, we look at the blueprint, that core structure, making sure that they have those things in place. And that's where we're going to have a more concentrated effort to making sure that we're building that residual part of it. Because if you close in those gaps, you're going to find your residual to start to grow. And the other thing, if they have their core, they're going to be in a better position to lead, because that duplication has taken place, not one level, but the second level. And if we're doing it right, it's going on down to the 3rd, the 4th, and 5th. And I shared on the call the other night, 275 levels, it should be so much deeper than that. That lets me know that we need to make sure that we're taking one person at a time, making sure we move through the success tips. Now, the next thing I'm going to share with you guys is don't believe your own hype. Let others say how great you are. Okay? I hope you heard that. Let others say how great you are. I can be in your team groups and I can see somebody say, thank you, Michelle, for your leadership. I appreciate you. I see somebody saying, thank you, Cheryl, because I'm in her chat message group. Thank you, Cheryl, for your leadership. Let people show you. Because for me, I'm no longer looking for expectations. Okay? I'm looking for appreciation. Because a lot of times, we get caught up expecting people to appreciate you, and then they don't. So I'd rather for somebody to show me they appreciate me. And it doesn't mean that they have to actively overly do something. Sometimes people don't care about what you know. They want to, they want to know that you care. They want to feel good too as a leader. So make sure if you have an upline leader that you're making sure you're stroking them a little bit. You're letting them know how you feel, how you care about them, because it means a lot. Because a lot of times people give up a lot of time to help you. It's the small things. It's amazing about one little comment can make a difference in somebody's life. I'll share an example. I got a card from Renee in the mail. I cried when I read the card because she took time out to do it. It's the small things. It's really blow. It might like, Dr. Kim, what is that all about? But I'm telling you, it is the small things that make a difference. And as you do unto others, they'll do unto you, meaning your team will do the same. So I'm telling you guys, it is the small things. Even picking up the phone and telling your team members how much you care about them. Let them know that you have them on your mind. You want to see them succeed, because a lot of times it's just that one touch point that will make a difference. I'm going to close with this. A leader's team around getting involved in front of a trend. You got to be ready and have the ability to move people to action. So you got to know when they're ready, and you got to respect where they are right now, right? So just know people will give you cues and clues on when they're ready to be moved, okay? And then last but not least, let me see what else I have to say. Stop chasing people. Stop chasing people. Because let me just say that they will rise to the top when they're ready, okay? They will rise to the top. So what I would love for you guys to do, I'm recording this, and I'm going to put this in the group so that those that weren't able to get on, they'll be able to listen to this. I would love for you guys to get back with me in the next 24 hours. I know it sounds, but it is urgent. Let me know who your people are that you're going to groom to be promoted to director or rising star, okay? This right here, if you help those people, your numbers are going to start to increase. And last but not least, those that are documented director and above, the company is going to a different level. So by January, if you have not hit your rank in 2018 at least one time, the company will actually take you to where you're at, okay? So my objective, I'm going to be in skin in the game over these next 4 months to help each and every one of you get back your rank, not just get back it, but also be able to maintain it, because that's how the 200,000 is taking place, because the volume is consistent, okay? And so we need to make sure that you guys are in position. You're the future six-figure earners right here on this line right now. And I'm speaking it right now, 26-figure earners right here, documented, that we're going to produce over the next 12 to 18 months. But you got to put your skin in the game, and you got to believe. Last but not least, I just read an incredible book, The 9 Laws of Success by Stormy Wellington. And I'm going to tell you guys, go on Amazon. And I'm not just telling you to do it because it did shift me. The Kindle is $5.99. If you can't afford $6 to be able to build yourself up, we need to do something about that, okay? But go and download that Kindle. I read that book in 3.5 hours, and I read it while I was getting my chemo. And I'm telling you guys, that made me jump out. I was jumping. So I'm telling you guys, get that book. Feed your mind with the things that you need to move to the next level. And that's a book, I believe, that will help you move to the next level. All right. So I look forward to hearing back from each and every one of you. I love you. look for another call. We might actually do one next week because I think that we need to play some catch up, and I'm rushed for time, so I got to get off. And I want you guys to jump on that actual live training for the directors training tonight, okay? But I love you guys. Let's do it. Project
Dr. Kim, where's the training?
The TLC,
where do we get the training? Where's the training?
TLC HQ page.
Okay. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Yeah. All right. All right,
Got
you
it.
guys. If you need
Got it.
anything, just let me know. I'm here.